The Great Filter, an audio short story by Nick Despopoulos. Cataloging of scheduled objects continues as planned, I explained to the stakeholders. Software issues have been overcome and bzz, bzz, in my pocket, completely obliterating my train of thought. I tried to ignore it and find where I left off. And, yes, soft bzz, bzz. I'm sorry, gentlemen and ladies. I have some persistent messages coming in. My staff has instructions not to interrupt me, so if they are messaging, it ought to be urgent. Please excuse me while I quickly check this. No problem, Dr. Aquila told me. Operations management can be tricky. This had better be important, I said as I walked up to Simon's workstation. I can't find it anymore, Simon replied. What do you mean? It's gone. Didn't you record its trajectory and speed? Of course I did. It's just not there anymore. Simon was young but very competent. This was not a mistake he would make, but I was frustrated about being pulled from the meeting, and I did not want to tell the stakeholders about any ghost rocks. Send me the data you cataloged on... what did you call it? Yuki. Yeah, Yuki. Send the data to me by email and keep looking for it. I have to get back to the meeting. If you find it, come right into my office. Am I in trouble? No, it's just we've never had one go missing before. I'll go over the data and see if we made any mistakes. And go back to my desk. The stakeholders had moved on to discussing the IPO, which only mildly concerned me. Welcome back, Jake. Is everything okay? Inquired Dr. Aquila. Dr. Aquila was the boss. He was the astrophysicist with political connections. He got the grants, designed our satellite, and got it launched. He was an exacting yet fair man to work for. His genius combined with an acute form of social awkwardness to make him seem like an asshole, but his quick wit redeemed him, and he always projected a sense of gratitude. He had never praised anyone, especially for doing what they were hired to do. Instead, he simply seemed thankful all the time. We've encountered an anomaly, I explained. It may simply be a problem with the data the intern collected. He's emailed me the data file, and I will look it over as soon as the meeting is over. I should be able to send you a report before the end of the day. What do you mean, an anomaly? He pressed. Really, it's probably nothing. It could be a lingering software issue or most likely human error producing a sensory artifact. I prefer not to speculate until I have a look at the data and have a clear understanding to share. Okay. Take a look at the data and send me your report as soon as possible. You got it. I'm sorry, chimed in the head of software, Audrey. The software is just fine, and as a shareholder, I would like a clear picture about what's going on now. Audrey was a very talented programmer. She talked to computers like a horse whisperer. She was also a woman stuck in a man's world, and her attempts to be a tough businessman always came off bitchy. If there was an entry in the dictionary for RBF, resting bitch face, it would have her picture next to it. She could be a she-wolf, and now that she smelled blood, she was lunging for my throat. It did not help that we had dated a little bit, and she still held a grudge against me. I'm sure Jake has it under control, interrupted Dr. Aquila. Do you have anything else to share, Jake? No, Doctor. Very well. We're going to spend the rest of the meeting talking about the IPO. Why don't you get to work on that anomaly? But I'm a shareholder too, and the IPO discussions are important to us all. We won't make any definitive decisions today. You have a job to do. I can catch you up on the details later. Understood. And that was it. I was kicked out of the meeting because the intern imagined a rock that wasn't there, so he could name it after a Japanese high school sweetheart he never kissed. But I'm not mad.